Hi guys, it's Kelly. Today I'm going to do something I've never done before. Okay, you can see dominoes, right? And everybody does those beautiful domino pendants and things like that. I'm going to do something, and I hope it works out. I've never done domino art before, so if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. If I do something wrong, or if you feel I could do something better or easier, please let me know. But first off, I got some dominoes. I don't even know where the tin went. Oh, there it is. I got them at the dollar store, not the Dollar Tree. It was at Dollar General. And I think they were $2.50, and they come in this neat little tin, which obviously can be used to hold other things. Alright, so let's try opening these first. These ones actually look a little bigger than regular dominoes, but it doesn't say that they are any specific size. Okay, so we'll start off with those. And we'll put this aside. I know I won't get through all of these, but that's okay. Just put these off to the side. Ooh, I like these because, you know, a lot of times in dominoes, all the holes for the numbers are indented. And these aren't. These are smooth. So I'm wondering, I want to test a theory. This is probably not the right one to do it with because I'll have to dig out my sandpaper, but yep, it does. See, look, it's starting to come off. So if you didn't want any color on your domino, you just get a little piece of sandpaper. And I would sandpaper it anyways to help any, you know, any glue or whatever to stick, any paint that you plan on using. Yeah, that's a really, yeah, see, look, it's coming off. Make sure you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a second and grab my sandpaper, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I want to show you something that a painter friend of mine gave me a little, kind of like one of those hidden hints. When you're using sandpaper, all right, we were in this one place, and yes, it was a mansion, and they wanted, what's it called, a striae on each one of their slatted window shutters. Now, what a striae, oh, there's another word for it, and I'm not thinking. Okay, but these slats were like half an inch wide. Okay, they were really set close together, so it was very hard to get in there to sand them down, you know, to get to the point where we could paint and then put the glaze on and then run the brush down it to make the pattern. So, but what he showed me is, alright, he just took a small piece like this, alright, and he folded it in half and folded it in thirds. And he worked with just that one side until he needed to change. That way he knew he was getting the most out of his sandpaper. You know, a lot of people will just grab a great big old sheet and just start sanding, and they waste a lot of sandpaper that way. It was just one of those FYIs that I thought would be interesting to share with you. And it did help. So now I'm going to take this, and it's only going to take a minute since this is a lot rougher than my nail file. Okay, so You want to kind of sand the surface anyways because they're so smooth. And you don't even have to get all of it off. Yeah, see, now it's kind of on, it's rough. Now you know it'll hold the paint or it'll hold the glue or whatever it is you're going to put on it. So I'm going to do a little bit around the sides. And since the back is plain, I'm obviously not going to put much there, but I'm still going to put a little bit of roughage there because it's going to hold the wire over, you know, what we're going to hang this with. Now, I've never done this, I promise. So if I'm doing something wrong or it can be done better, please let me know. But I watched a video. If I can find it, I will link it when I'm done. Or when I go to upload this one, I will link it. Make sure all sides are kind of rough. They are good. Okay. I'll put those aside for a minute. Now, if you weren't using Domino graphics, this was how I was shown to, you know, to find something. I was told, where did it go? Oh, goody, goody, goody. There it is. To try to find something with a smaller pattern, okay, that can be used on, you know, a domino. So we'll start with some, let's see. I don't know if we should use that one or this one. Let's go with this one first. Okay. What she did was, and now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. She took a very small piece of double-sided tape and just placed it right on the center. Yeah, I don't have any nails right there. They keep breaking. They are my fingernails. I don't wear acrylics, but they keep breaking anyways. Now, if it's a patterned piece that you want just a specific pattern, then you can obviously, you know, move your paper around where you'd like. I want a bigger image of this flower right here, which is down here, actually right here. So that's the part that I'm going to set down on the domino. Now, that little piece of tape is not going to stay there. Make sure you can see. Okay. It's not going to stay there. It's only for cutting purposes. You know, so you get a good, smooth, even cut. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know when I did my embellishment video, these were some of the pieces that I put back that I didn't want to use. I figured I'd use them for something else. But now you see. Isn't that pretty? And I'm sure I could go through a whole bunch more and do painty papers and stuff like that. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of snip the edges and get them a little bit cornered. Okay, then I pulled double face tape off. Alright, so it's just a little bitty piece. And now she used E6000. Now, I love E6000, but it takes forever to dry, okay? And she also used triple thick instead of glossy accents, which I can see, honestly, is probably a better method cost-wise, using a tub of triple thick than going through your glossy accents. But for all intents and purposes, right now, that's all I have. So, I'm going to get a toothpick. Yeah, I keep toothpicks in a little baggie. Just in case I need them for any craft purposing. They're great for mixing up resins. They're great for, you know, applying glue. Truly, I don't play with my E6000 very often, if you can tell. Alright. And what she did was she took her toothpick. I wish I could zoom you guys in or find a way to zoom me up. But she put her... And you could probably, you know, to be honest, use PVC glue for this part because it's already been sanded. Okay, I want to make sure it's spread evenly. I don't know how she thought toothpicks would work. But I guess it's better than just, you know, squirting a glob out there and rubbing it with your fingers. Okay. Now there are many steps. I'm sure you guys have watched other videos that have done domino art. Okay. I promise this is my first one. So if I muck it up, I don't mind the laughter. I don't mind, you know, being the butt of anybody's jokes. But just know that I tried. Okay. Now that's on there. But I still need to trim some. Okay. A little bit right there. Okay. I'll tell you what, I got these Tim Holtz ionic scissors in the mail from, it was a Happy Mail. And when I got them, gosh, I was so excited. I about peed on myself. These things are so perfect. They'll cut through anything. But if you'll notice in my video, I don't use them very often. Because I'm so afraid something's going to happen to them. I'd rather use an old pair of scissors and them get dinged up and everything than mess up these. So I bring these out very rarely. But I love them. And they even come with a little cap to protect the blades. So I think that's all I need these for now. And I'll put these away. Come on. There. Okay. Okay, so now we got that done, right? What other kind of image can we put on this? Let me see. Because I don't want to leave it just like that, right? So earlier, I dug out a bunch of smaller graphics that I could possibly use. Because I wasn't thinking about, you know, domino graphics or anything like that. So, let's see. It's flowers. Let's see if we can find... I know I've got a butterfly in this mess. There was one. And it's even a good color. Ooh, that's kind of big. Phooey. Okay, I know I've got a smaller one. With my computer on my desk, it's really difficult. I don't have a whole lot of room. And you'd think I just got a brand new, you know, a great big old... Here we go. We'll use that one. I got a great big old honkin' desk, but never mind. Okay, now we've got that, but let's kind of fix it up a little before we put it on there. Which means did I tell you in one of my, I'm sorry if you saw my bald head. It's not bald, it's just thin. Me telling you that I think I'm the only crafter who's got so much junk and not one thing of glitter, right? Well, I had gone to Tuesday morning and found some, and they came in these cute little jars. Look at that. Right? And in all different colors. And so I'd gotten 2 sets to get all the colors, and those are really pretty. But what I'm going to do with this is I want to take a piece of wire. Now, you'll see, this is not my idea. She used a button, okay? I don't have a button, a butterfly button. Apparently, I don't have good enough snips either, so let me try a different pair. All that did was squash the wire. These old rusted things. That worked, though. Okay. We'll set that aside, and we'll smooth this out. Okay, after we get it smoothed out, what she showed was if it was a button, sorry, you would kind of fold this in half, right? We'll use this as an example. Okay, this is a button. Duh. You'd fold it in half, and then you would poke both of your things through, like that. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, so that it would come out the back like that. And then you would twist them. And then bring them up. But let me untwist. And put these back out. So, anyways, but then you'd make your antennas. Here's my wire smoothers. See, I got all the kinks out. Well, that's not working. It's probably because I can't find my plastic ones. Alright, well, anyways, it'll still be folded in half. Alright. And we're going to glue it to the back. After, oh, please tell me, there's my flat ones. Okay, and here's my rounded. Can you see that? So I'm going to take the tip of this, and I'm going to start rolling it on the outside, right? Oops, I'm going to try and grab this and just keep rolling it down. Okay. I'm using a 22 gauge because the 20 gauge wire just seemed really, really too tight to okay. Oh, okay. I'm not doing a very good job of this. I just want you to know. But I am trying, so Okay, we'll do that this way. Actually, let me try something different. Let me see if this will work. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, we're going to have to try and mess it up this way. Oops, nope, that didn't work either. Ouch. Well. See, you're learning as I'm learning. And if you're laughing at me, I don't hold it against you. I promise. Because I'm about laughing at me. Okay, well, they're both kind of about even. Sorta. There we go. Ugh. Let me move this in and down some. Alright, and then we can just flatten it. And flatten it. Well, okay, so they don't match. I can't help it. Okay, now before we do this, no, actually we need to do this first. Let me set this aside. See, but now you've got your little antenna on your butterfly. There was probably a way easier way to do this. Okay. But at the moment, it escapes me. So, let's put you together a little bit more. Let's flatten you out. Alright, and we're going to get... I've got my glue gun on, but she was using E6000 like crazy yesterday. So I'm wondering if that's all she had, or if that's because it was a better epoxy for what she wanted to do. So see, I just put a little bit in there and lay that on top. And because it's already flattened, I don't have to worry about, you know, all the bumps. I want to make sure it gets nice, nice and glued down. And up high enough that you can see the antennae. Okay, so we will leave that right there. Ooh, let's see. Okay, and we'll put that right on top. Alright, we'll set that aside. And we'll put the cap back on this. Now, okay. I'm going to grab an ink pad. I can't, oh, I really hate it when I have to do that. I can't find the one that I like to use, but this one does just as well. This one's Toffee Crunch from Memento. It's a dewdrop is what it's called. Come on. There it goes. Toffee Crunch. And I'm just gonna, I probably could have done this before I glued it on, but I wasn't thinking. And it doesn't bother me if it gets on the domino. It just gives it a nice little rounded effect. And if you turn it around point-wise, it'll give you a little bit more on it, which is what I kind of like, especially with the dominoes. And me, I like a little bit more ink in the corners, you know, like it's fading in or fading out. So you'll always see me put a little bit of extra. There we go, right there. Let's see. Can you see that? It's not much, but it's a little bit extra. Looks like this one needs a little bit of extra more. But that's okay. There we go. I don't have a lot of inks. I don't have any of the distress inks or the oxides. I don't have any of that. All I was picking up were these little dewdrops from C.C.Crafts Memento. So I don't get the ones like tea stain and walnut stain and stuff like that. Maybe one day, yeah. But these just have to do me while I'm here. Okay, so while this is here, okay, I've got me this little itty bitty bottle. It's microfine glitter from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's Cool Diamond. It's called Silk Microfine Glitter. Okay, now there's a reason I'm going to use that. This one, the tip on my glossy accents got all messed up, and so it oozed all into the bottom of the tip. I keep it upside down. So this is going to be fun, right? Yeah, it's all in the bottom. I don't even know if I'll get any out of this one. Oh, yeah, I will. Okay. Now that sounded like it had a lot of air bubbles in it, right? So I'm going to grab my toothpick, use the other side than the glue, and I'm going to just kind of pop all the bubbles that I can. Okay, and then I'm going to spread it out. Spread it right to the edges. Now, I'm probably missing some spots that you can see, but I can't. And I'm probably missing a whole lot of air bubbles. But we use what we have the best way we can, right? Now, if Glossy Accents wasn't so daggum expensive, it wouldn't have been such a bother. Okay, so we're going to set this down. I know there's an air bubble in it. There's a couple. Make sure I got it all covered. Yep. Alright. Now, I like Glossy Accents because it self-levels. So even if you think you don't have enough in one spot, it all just kind of blends out, and it, like I said, it self-mellows. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a bit, not a lot. I mean, you can't barely see it on my finger. Can you see that? Just a little bit. And I'm going to do it across the top of that. I'm going to grab a little bit more, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. That'll set down in the glossy accents. There we go. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now we can leave it there if we want and just let it dry, but at the moment I'm looking at this butterfly and I'm wanting it to go on this end so we can still see the flower, but it doesn't quite match, does it? So what are we going to do about that? Well, I can grab a piece of paper, and right behind my computer is my alcohol inks, but I don't know if this will work. Well, let's do it this way then. Oh, phooey, I can't find my little palette thing that I was using. Okay, I just need something plastic. Oh, that's rumpled. Okay, we'll do this. Alright, and I will use a little brush, a detail brush. Okay, well, looks like I'm just going to paint the whole thing. And it looks like this orange matched with this blue is going to come out pretty close to matching, which I think is fabulous. My ink is starting to dry up because it's alcohol ink. There we go. And there we are. Yep. That's it. Now we could paint the back, which we probably should. Because the back will probably show to an extent. There we go. See a tissue? I don't know if you can tell the colors. They're getting there. Alrighty. And put the paintbrush back. need to get out my coffee warmer. And we'll set that aside. Now let's see how, oh man. Okay, I just did a major boo-boo. See what I did? I laid this right on top of the buoy. Let me see if I can fix it. Well, I think this Glossy Accents has had it. Let's use the other one. And no, of course not. It needs to be... There we go. Okay. Come on, did I go all the way down? I'm sorry, you guys. It seems like it's really boring right now. I did go all the way down. There's no reason why it shouldn't want to come up. Okay. Unless it's afraid I'm going to mistreat it like I did its brother. Ooh! I guess that's just what it needed. A firm squeeze. Wow, I feel like a moron now. Wondering if that's... Yeah, that'll self-level. But most of my glitter went to the page. You see that? So, I'm going to have to open this up and pinch a little bit more glitter on it. There we go. Just pinch. Okay. And we will put that aside. This we will check to see if it matches, and it does. But what we're going to do while this is drying now, and I'm going to set it off to the side. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm such an idiot. Okay, we'll just fold that one here. Now, we're going to give this a little bit of definition. I'm going to use a green. It'll come up. There it goes. We're going to color the butterfly a little bit. Give it a little bit more definition. And then we're going to put some glossy accents on it too. Yes, we are. Oh. That doesn't look too good. I'll color this in. Okay, that's enough green. How about some neon purple? Probably will not look good, but we're going to try it. And I kind of like it. This shows up much better than the other. So I'm not trying to be boring, you know. Because usually I'm chitter-chatting away and talking about this, that, and the other. But I've had a couple rough days. And the only thing that helps me get through it sometimes is my crafting. Stacy from Pink Poodle wants me to go to her house, and I've been there a couple times before. It's not a big deal. But she's gonna help me with my very first live stream. Yeah, that's a big step for me. And she said, we're gonna do it under my channel. We're gonna see how many, how many people will be interested in a live stream from me. So, I mean, oh gosh, if I burp or hiccup, that'll show up, won't it? I don't know, last live stream we were at Stacy's, it was for the New Year's Eve. And the way she's got her craft room set up, there's like, when you walk into it, there's like a wall of cabinets and drawers and stuff that you have to walk all the way into the room and around, and then she's sitting right there. And she was talking in her stream, and I stuck my head through the little containers that she had stuff in, right? There was a little area. I stuck my head in there, and I was like, you can't do that, and scared the holy bejesus out of her. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe. Yeah. Okay, so I just... Oh, now that looks like a different color. Well, that's not fair. Okay, so if it's going to do that, then we're just going to have to do this. Okay, so if this doesn't work out, and I end up messing up this butterfly, I'll have to dig for another one. There we go. Now it still looks too cartoony. So let me try this. Mute it down a little. I don't think I should have put that green on. Okay. Let's see if that looks any better. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Alrighty, so we're going to put some glossy accents on this. Okay. I think that will do it. Nope, I missed a spot. Come on, it's supposed to self-level. Okay. Okay. Now, while this dries, and while that is... Oh, no, I know what I gotta do. I forgot. I gotta put a little bit of this in it. Okay. And I'm going to set this aside right here and let that dry. And in the meantime, since that one's still wet, I'm not going to use it to measure, but I've got a roll of this rhinestone stuff. I believe I got it from a company called C.C.Crafts. And you would be surprised at some of the crafting items you can find there that are cheaper than anywhere else. Like right now, I've been waiting to order mica flakes from them. But every time I go in there, they're always sold out. So they sell out of some of this stuff really fast. So I put it as a favorite on my bookmark bar, so I can see it, and I can check it every other day or so to see when the now the thing is to find the... Here it is. Where is it? I have no idea where to find the middle or the beginning. Ah, there it is. It was taped. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out, let's see, how long. Okay, I'm going to measure out two of these. Because I want a double row. I don't want a single row. Okay. And then I'm going to want one to go right across the front at the bottom. So let's do... I can always cut one off if I need to. So let's put that there. Okay, so this, actually, I want to get a colored piece of tape so I know where it starts and where it stops. I've got a piece right here if I can get it off. Oh, I see why that's there. Okay, we don't want to do that. Well, I guess well, I guess we'll do this then. And I will put this right here, so that way I can see. I wonder why the lighting is so... Did I somehow zoom you in? I did. How did I do that? I don't know. I do not know. This is awesome. Oh, I know. I need another one. Sorry. For the front of the butterfly. I zoomed you in. That is so cool. I just don't know how to zoom me out, but, you know, hey. I'll go with 4 just in case. And I will lay that right on top of that glossy accent. Make sure it's straight. Tap you in. There. Oh my gosh. I can't believe. See where I put it? I put that little piece on top of the butterfly. So when it dries, it'll already be there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so while we're waiting, I'm going to show you if I can do this without dumping anything. Right, these are going to go for that one, so that'll stay there. How the heck did I zoom you in? I need to zoom you back out. Oh, this is upside down. No, I don't want camera to turn me. Huh. Oh, cool. That's what happened. It's just my mouse. Okay, I learned something new, guys. Alright, so don't laugh at me. Alright, I'm tickled now. I can zoom in. I didn't think I could. So can I? Nope, I can only do the one setting. That's fabulous. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you. Oh my gosh, that's so fabulous. You can go to Google Images or Bing Images or Yahoo Images, and you can find pages of graphics for domino sizes. Okay? This is one of the ones I saved and printed out because it's kind of steampunky, you know, but it's also kind of not. It's just Victorian. But I have another page that I'm absolutely in love with, and I think you will be too when you see it. This page is called Costume Cuties. Oops. Let me turn that one this way so you can see those. Aren't they awesome? That one on this side right here, it looks like Bridget Bardot. Queen of the silent screen. But look at them. Aren't they fabulous? Those would make an awesome set of dominoes, don't you think? So while that other one is drying, oh no, I don't want to use those. For cutting paper, I'm going to use this. Actually, I think I want the one with the feathers. That's the one I'm going to do right now. So I will cut her out and leave the others alone for now. And I'll set these aside. Throw that in the trash. That. And trim her just a little bit more. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take our domino and we're going to just rough it up some. I'm not even going to worry about trying to get all the colors off. I just want to rough it up some. You could probably use a finer grit sandpaper. This one is, it's 100 grit, so it's a little rougher and leaves the surface of your domino a little bit probably rougher than you'd like, but after you get everything on it, you won't be able to tell. But you do need the rough surface, that's the word, to get anything to stick. Okay, so let me make sure I got all sides. Nope, I forgot that side. I don't know how I did that. I probably did the other side twice. See, and I'm still using the same little piece of sandpaper. It's not like, you know, I'm sanding down the Taj Mahal or anything like that, but still. Okay. I'm just going to wipe it off. And let's see. Oh, that is going to look cool. That is going to look really, really cool. Okay. Yay, I figured that out. I'm so happy. Actually, I didn't figure it out. My mouse showed me. Okay. Put that in the trash. Let's get out the E6000. Since it's already here. Alright, and we will squeeze enough. Let's just squeeze it here. And then I can spread it. There we go. Much better. Because you don't need a really thick layer to do this. You just need enough that, you know, it'll stick and the sides will stick. Now, of course, that'll happen because of the glossy accents, but let me see. Oh, that is going to be fabulous. Now, I was worried that those domino graphics that I downloaded weren't big enough, but I guess you can't always tell just by eyeballing it. And this one's still getting a little bitty trim around the edges. That one won't let me, so that's okay. Now, she's so pretty, I don't know if I want to add anything to her. I might add some, you know, some glitter and maybe a rhinestone or two, but I don't think I'm going to put anything over it, just the glossy accents. Maybe some glitter. Because I thought this was going to be so difficult, but it hasn't been. And I've been extremely pleased, because had I known it was this easy, oh, I know what I gotta do. I would have done this a long time ago. Come on. I just bought you, so, or re-inked you, rather. That's probably just the paper being stinky, because it's so dark already. But I'm also trying to dirty up the sides of the domino as well. kind of looks cool. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? No, you can't. Come on. Okay, now it's not going to let me. There we go. Okay, can you see the color on all four sides? It's very faint, and I don't know if you can see it. It's not going to focus. But, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'll go over it a couple times so it looks vintagey. And with the scratches in the plastic from sanding it, it already gives it that age distressed look. So, yippee! Okay. Let that one set for a minute. We'll do another one while we're at it. And then that way we can do 2 or 3 at a time. Okay. Alright, so I will do this. I hope I'm not off screen. I'm just sanding. Sanding and sanding. Okay, I'm going to do the back just a little bit. I don't think I did the back. Yeah, I did do the back on this one. But I didn't stain that one. So, okay. I'm going to take a break for just a second. I need to get some more coffee and try a darker brown. So I will be right back. Okay. I'm back. I got this one's Memento's Rich Cocoa. Why is it my camera only likes my hands? Usually, you know, it doesn't. I got some pigment inks out too. I want to try them and see how they work. They're shimmery, like glittery, whatever. So let me see. Oh yeah, the cocoa does a little bit more. Not too much. I'm not going to overpower the... check out how the back looks. Isn't that cool? I know it may sound goofy, but this is something I'm learning, and I'm having fun learning it.
Hooray!
Holy crap, you scared the daylights out of me.
You going tonight?
Yes, I have to.
Okay, bring a DVD from Monday for Diane.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to have another one for Barb and Nathan, too. I know. Okay. This one's also from Memento. Yeah, because it's a dewdrop. It's called Cosmic Copper. Nope. I'm just not doing this right. There we go. Cosmic Copper. So let's see how that one turns out. Oh, it gives it a little bit of an orangey. But yeah, copper, duh. Put that. Now, pigment ink. If you go ABC, okay, in alphabetical order, your chalk ink dries the fastest. It's lower in the alphabet, right? See, your dye-based inks take a little bit longer, but not by much. And your pigment inks take the longest to dry. I don't know why. I don't know the mechanics of the why. I just know if you wanted to remember that, chalk starts with C, dries fastest. Your dye-based ink dries the next fastest, and your pigment ink takes the longest to dry. Your pigment ink, I also believe, is not, it's not a permanent ink, so it'll smear if you get it wet again. So with the pigment ink, I would suggest, you know, doing a whatever project you're on, either sealing it with Mod Podge or gesso, or, you know, clear varnish or something. Okay, I'm going to do the rich cocoa on the back. Now see, I could probably do this and just set all these up and just kind of assembly line them all. But then maybe, you know, I want a set that looks something different, so I can't really do that. I'll just do that. Where's the other images? Okay, let's do one that kind of matches her. Okay, this one's got a funky feather head look. So let's try this one. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm using my other ones. I'm sure it's okay. These have the pointed beveled edges, these Tonic Studio Tim Holtz scissors. So you could probably fussy cut with them. I haven't tried. Like I said, I don't want to mess them up. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but that's why I keep my scissors separate. Like I'll have paper scissors, cardboard scissors. This is my crappy pair. So I cut cardboard, paper, you know, the stuff, because paper will dull your blades faster than anything. So I use a crappy pair that you get from the Dollar Tree for $1 until I can't use them anymore. And I've cleaned them off with steel wool, and it's even sharpened the edges some, and I can use them a little longer. But when these go out, it's not going to hurt my feelings to throw them out and get another pair, because I have fabric scissors, I have paper scissors, I have, you know, I keep them separate. And that is a big thing for me. Something my grandmother taught me, and everything that woman has ever taught me has been gold. So I do not doubt anything. She practically raised me. She was my mother figure. I didn't live with them. I lived with my dad, but she was my mother figure if I had any problems or anything. Except, and this is a funny story, I grew up a tomboy, all right, because I grew up with my dad. I would climb the highest trees. I was on the softball team. I was track team, volleyball team. Just, I was the epitome of tomboy girl. Okay. And the school we were in was, at the time I was in high school, I was in 9th grade. And I was still, at that point, the shortest kid in class. I hadn't really hit my growth spurt yet. Because now I'm, well, I've got up to 5'10". But, at the beginning of the school year, let's see, like I said, we were in Romeo, Michigan. And if you've ever looked on apples, on some of them you will see Romeo apples or Michigan apples. That's what Romeo was known for. And of course, one of my classes was going to have to be shop class. And I was the only girl in the class. Well, at the beginning of the year, the school owned an apple orchard that was out behind it. And the shop teacher, I'll never forget him, his name was Mr. Byville, we would do like a hot dog cider field day type thing for the whole school. Or those who were coming through his class. I don't remember. My scissors go now. Anyway. Well, I just had them, so they're right in front of me. I just don't see them anywhere. Okay, so anyway, each of his classes for probably about a week or so, because we didn't start school up in Michigan until September. It was after Labor Day. And then it was apple picking time. So Mr. Byville would have all of his shop classes, you know, spend one of our classes out in the apple orchard picking apples. Well, this one kid was, I swear, as little as I was, I could tell he was probably close to 6 foot. Well, if you're familiar with Michigan weather, in the fall it rains a lot. Okay, well, we had a really good, beautiful thunderstorm that morning. And Mr. Byville's class for me was 3rd period. So when we went out, it was still a little muddy. Well, not thinking too much about it. You know, I don't have a problem climbing trees and grabbing apples from the top. The guys brought out ladders, things like that. We brought out bushel baskets and, you know, I mean, all kinds of stuff. But I was still little, so I would get picked on. And this one kid, I don't even remember his name now, okay, kept winging rotten apples at me, the ones that were already on the ground that had started to turn wormy. And I kept warning him, stop throwing apples at me. Stop throwing apples at me. And he wouldn't do it. And finally, I tackled him like a linebacker. It didn't matter how tall he was. If you grab somebody around the waist running at you at a good clip, you're going to go backwards, especially if you're not suspecting it. So, needless to say, we ended up in a giant mud puddle. I'm sitting on top of him, and I'm slapping the heck out of him. I wasn't punching, just slapping him, you know, like, bat, 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 bat. I told you to stop throwing apples at me, you dummy. Bat, 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 bat. Well, of course, that was 3rd period, right? My high school was about 45 minutes from my grandma's house. And, of course, we got sent to the office. And I called my grandma because my dad at work was even further. I'm like, Grandma, can you come bring me some clean jeans? She's like, nope, can't do it. So I had to go the rest of the day in muddy jeans and a muddy shirt. But the other guy, I had splatters of mud on my shirt, okay? But from my knees down, I was mud. The other guy got thrown backwards into the mud puddle, so his whole back, the back of his jeans, his butt, his hair, everything, covered in mud. And he had to go through the rest of the day with the stigma that he got slapped around by a girl half his size. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, It's not that I always got in trouble. I just did my own thing. I wasn't quite a loner, but I didn't have, you know, like, I wasn't in some clique with 30 friends that would run around and do everything together, you know, pee together, drink together, they would do whatever. I wasn't like that. Well, that was one of my funny stories. What was I going to do? Well, I'll be doggone. I do not remember what I was going to do. Okay, well, since I don't remember, let me find my Kleenex. So that's one thing I cannot stand, is it when somebody keeps going, it's like, damn, blow your nose. I apologize for that. Whoops. I should really apologize for that. Okay. Now check these two out. You see their sides? They look kind of grungy. Oh gosh, I love that. Okay, let me see yeah, the pigment's already dry. The pigment ink from the Cosmic Copper. So we don't have a butterfly to work on, but we do have to have some danglies. Now this one, I'm probably going to use a stiffer wire. I'm going from a 22 down to a 20. Doesn't make sense, but the higher the number, the thinner the wire. Just always remember that. If I can find the beginning of this one. There it is. Oops, no. Don't kink. Don't kink. Okay. So we'll get about maybe, I'd say about 4 inches. No, I'm going to do 5 just in case. So I can always trim off the rest. Uh-oh. Shit, I'm terrible. Okay. Alrighty. Now this is a little bit stiffer, if you can tell. Now what I'm going to do, and let's hope I can do this correctly, is I'm going to push this to the widest part of my, these ring pliers. I don't remember what they're called. The widest part. Alright. And I'm going to turn half a turn. I'm going to let it go. And then I'm going to go right back at the top again. And I'm going to turn half a turn until I make one of those. Can you see that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, which actually I probably should, I need to make this a little bit bigger. Which I didn't do. Yeah, I'm still working on the nuances. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to bend it in half. Like that. And you'll see why. And then I'm going to bend this up. So you see how it's got a little step right there? Probably not, because I'm not holding it correctly. Alright. Let's see. There we go. See how it's got that little step? And I got to do the same thing for the other side, but I need to measure. So this is what it's for. Okay, it's going to have to be bent just a little bit more. Alright, so it's this way. It'll set in the center of the middle of the domino. Oy. Like that. So if I want to hang charms from it, I'm going to do the same with the top. And yes, after it's glued, I will fix it and make it look better. But it's really hard to do otherwise. But see? That way I can hang danglies from it. And I'm going to do the same right here. Nobody's ever showed me how to do this, okay? So please don't laugh too hard. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just cut that part off. Okay. I really don't. So I apologize. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. There. Like that. I'm trying to twist this, but it's not working. Oh well. Okay, like I said, I'm not good at this. I do not know how to do this. I'm winging it as best I can. And it's probably because I've got it kinked that it's not. I saw somebody do this and it worked. There we go. There we go. Okay. So for all intents purposes, that's going to stay just like that. Yes, I do have my glue gun, but glue gun doesn't work that great on metal. I'm sorry, I was holding it way up. So, we're going to have to let, ouch, this dry. But I'm going to have to put clips on it to hold it. So, I just hope it doesn't make my clips stick, which it probably will. That one won't work. Let's use one of these. There. Okay. That looks kind of like a mess, but maybe I'll get better as I go. Let's see, how is this doing? Oh, my butterfly feels dry. It's still a little soft, so I'll let that go for now. Then we'll see if I can't figure something out a little bit easier or a better way to do this one. I ordered some baling. They're called glue bales. They're little things that you can just glue to the back, and it's okay. It'll hold it. Let's see. I'm going to try them, you know, just separately. Maybe one at a time will work a little bit easier. Let's get it kind of to the center at least. Okay, we'll cut another piece and try the same thing for the top. Oh, come on, I am so not good at this. I'll cut that a little bit smaller and see if that'll work. Just a little. Okay, sorry about being quiet there. I was mechanicking in my head. That's what it's called. So that way, when that dries, you'll have a hook on the top. Let's see. You'll have a hook on the top and a hook on the bottom once it dries. Okay, so this one will dry. I don't even know where I put the other one. I'm such a mess. I have no idea where I put the other domino. Oh, there it is. Duh. Okay, I wonder if I can pull these off yet. Yeah. Okay, good deal. So, on this one, we have a hook on the top, right here, and a hook on the bottom, right here. And it isn't quite dry yet, so I can't manipulate anything. That one's almost dry. But we haven't done anything to the back of this one. But what I can do is, while it's drying, actually I'm going to do the rich cocoa and go ahead and kind of, oh, this was the one we were going to put the rhinestones around. That's right. Well, that's okay. I don't even think we didn't even, no, we didn't. We didn't even, I didn't even sandpaper the back. But that's okay. There we go. Usually I'm much more organized. But because I'm trying something new, and using tools I don't normally use. But you want to see how the butterfly turned out? Let me see. There we go. Come on, focus. There it is. See, it's got the shimmer in it with the rhinestones. And it's just a cheapy roll of rhinestones. It's not, you know, anything. But it's simple and it's cute. And I believe it will look really, really good right here like that. That's why I said, you know, we should probably paint the back. So how do you think that'll look, guys? With the rhinestones around it. So we'll put this aside. This is fairly dry, so actually what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to use a piece of scrap there, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to keep. And I'm going to squirt a bunch of E6000 right here. So that way that thing's not staying open. Then I'll take my toothpick and I'll start rubbing it along here. Then I will take one of the rhinestones. I will start it in the middle and bring it down the side. Oops, I gotta scoot it out. It's supposed to have another layer with it. Okay, down the side. I don't know why I did it on both sides, because I can't pull this all the way around until I glue it all the way around. That's funny. Oh well. Okay, so we'll hold that there. Pull that back. And we'll pull those down just like that. Oops, I'm not even showing you. I'm so sorry. Okay. See, I'm putting the 2 rows on and not just one. Gives it a little bit of extra bling, I think. Okay, then I will turn. Whoops. I will add some more glue. Make sure they're together. Bring them both, whoops. Bring them both around. I did it again. I apologize. I didn't pull it back out yet, that's why. I may just scrap this video and do a new one. I made so many mistakes. So many. Yes. There we go. There we go. And we push them together. So it looks like they're connected. And we've got to trim. Then we flatten it, or we lay it flat, and we push all of our thingies in. Okay. That we make sure everything is sticking like it's supposed to, and everything is level. Okay, now, where's that little piece? Okay. Oops, nope, it's got to go this way. This butterfly is going up top. Okay, and we will lay this one right across the bottom. There we go. There. Now, see, it's all blinged out. And I probably made it 10 times harder than it could have been, but since it's my first one, you know, give me a break, right? And then the butterfly. Oh, no, not the butterfly yet, because we have to make the... I'm going to let that set for a little bit before we start messing on the hooks. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and I will come back in a little while, you guys, okay? All right, bye. Hi, it's me again. I didn't realize that when I paused it, and I paused it for quite a while, that it ended the video. So this is going to be part 2. I wanted to show you how the others came out. They came out fabulous. And I even put some dangle charms on them. So here's the first one we started. See that with the dangles? And there's a little hole to hang it from. So that one's done. I finished this one up, sort of. I haven't done the outsides or anything, but I've already made the dangles for it. Let's see. Come on, can you see me? And I put that diamond glitter in it. Okay, and then there's this one. I added a little half-back blue pearl to the side. I wish this would focus. If I pull it away, will you focus? Oh, it's going to be a butt head. Okay, anyway. But I made the dangles for the other two. And I guess it was a good thing that it took me so long to do them, because I had such a hard time making the backs of these, you know, so I could hang the dangles from. Where's my other pair of pliers? This will work. Alright, so I don't know if you know, but when you're opening up a ring for jewelry, okay, you don't pull them apart like that. You twist them like that. Can you see that? No, probably not. See, I twisted it. I didn't pull it apart because it won't go back together very well if you do it that way. So let's put this in here, and then I can take this right here and I can twist it back. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, and it fell right off. And it wasn't even totally dry, so we'll wait for that. Yeah, and they came right off, so see what I mean? We're just going to put this little one back on. We'll leave the big one off for now. No, we're not, because I really want that big one on there. But I have to separate it to get the big one on. And then I twist it back. I have the hardest time with jewelry and my findings working. It's one of the things that I've been practicing on. So let's do graceful. Okay, so I'm not going to pull them apart. I'm going to twist it like that. Okay? Then I can slide that on very carefully and then twist it back. There you go. See, and there's the dangle for that one. I haven't done anything on the outside yet because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm thinking these, but that might be too big. So I'm not sure, so I'm just going to leave it blank for now. And since it's still drying, I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, and set it off to the side, even with its dangles on it. And let's try and get the dangles on this one. So let's hold on to the ring. I didn't have any rings, so I had to make my own. And all you do is you roll a long piece of wire around a pencil or a chopstick or whatever you have available. And then you just slide it off and then flip them all the same way, and you end up with a handful of rings. There. Okay. So there we go for that one. Now, I was using domino graphics, you know, that you saw. And the first one I did with the butterfly, I used cardstock, patterned cardstock, you know, for this one. So the next one I'm doing, okay, is I grabbed a piece of painting paper that was given to me. This one was from Kieran Schesser. Gosh, I hope I said that right this time. It's a piece of her painting papers that she sent me. And so what can I do after I put the painting paper on? You know, you're really not limited to anything except size-wise, okay? And bulk, I think you'd want to keep it on the low bulky side. So with this one, I'm going to glue some different items to it. I'm thinking about hearts because, let's see. Because I'm thinking I want to do it like a cascade almost. From bigger, let me see, bigger to, oops, smaller. But this one doesn't have any color on it. Now I've got a bigger one that we could use, and it would hang off the sides like the other ones. And do a little heart, and a little heart, and then maybe put a word across the bottom. You know, how do you think that would look? But I think if we're going to do that, I want to give the hearts a little bit of, you know, woohoo, bling. So let me find, okay, I found my silver gel pen. Now what I need is some tough cardstock, okay? Because I'm going to try and make this as straight a line as possible. And I don't guess it's going to be very easy being a heart, so I guess I'll just have to put this back and I'll have to wing it. Alright. But I want to give at least the biggest heart some dimension, or just a little bit more. Now, like I said, your dominoes don't have to be as elaborate or as ornate as some people make theirs. You may have heard me say on a couple different occasions that I'm a minimalist. You know, when I feel like I have to put so many items on one thing, I'm not happy with it. So let's see how that turned out. Okay. See how that came out pretty good, right? You think? Maybe? Should I make the line a little wider? Nah. I'll try the red one and I'll do the little blue one too. We'll see how that works out. Now when you download your domino graphics, some of them will have a watermark on them, which means you'll have to pay for those, okay? But there's a lot of people out there who have offered, you know, free images. So as long as you can make sure you find the royalty-free graphics, which you can still find on Google or Yahoo Images or Bing or anything like that. Sometimes you might even find them in Pinterest, and it'll take you to a blog, and somebody will have them, you know, free in their blog. And that's all I did, you know. And it'll take you a while to go through a lot of them if you're looking for like a specific style. I probably saved or downloaded 15 different sets of dominoes. Depended on what my mood was at the time. And the next time I go look, I'll probably see another set that I like that I'll find out if it's royalty free. And if it is, I'll download it. You know, because your tastes change almost daily. You know, like today I feel like doing dominoes. I've never done them before, so this is a new thing for me. And, you know, I want to do the right thing. So what I'm going to do first, just going to use my glue. Oh, nope, I got to trim it. Okay. Scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to trim the corners. Okay, there we go. And I kind of like the lilac posies as you know, something to ink the edges with. Now remember, I like to do the corners a little bit more defined, because even though inking the edges is rather, you know, it's one of those things that your eye catches, or your subconscious catches, but your eye sometimes doesn't. I want to make sure your eye gets caught with mine. So that's part of the reason I like inking the edges a little bit farther in than some people do. Grab a cup of coffee. Okay, so I did that, and I even inked the sides with the pink. Okay, I don't know if I want to add any brown to it. Maybe some toffee crunch will kind of tone that pink down just a little bit. And then we'll kind of run it over the back a little, make it look a little bit more vintagey. There we go. You see what I mean? I don't know if you can tell the sides and the front. The toffee crunch is a very light color. You can see that. But I have to work with what I've got. So, on that note, I'm going to just start decorating. And this one I want right there. Now you notice I didn't glossy accent the top of this. I'll do that at the end. Oops, let go my finger. And I'm just using hot glue to put these little pieces on. Okay, just like that. And we'll find a word. A really pretty word. Let's see. I dug some out earlier, so I didn't have to do it. Well, this one is already inked and edged and everything, so we'll just put this one down. Make sure it's even. Okay, but I want maybe a little bit more, and I don't want it so much with, you know, just the diamond glitter. So let me see what I have. I've got some rhinestone hearts that I think will look really good on here. So I'll put one right here. Kind of turn it. And since I only have the two left, I might as well go ahead and use them, right? And I'll put this one down at the bottom. Try to center it in that heart some. There we go. And I've got a little purple gem that's just hanging around for poops and giggles. So I'll put it right here. Just a little guy. There. Now you see how easy that was? Come on. You had it focused once. Maybe it's not focusing because I'm up close. Come on. There we go. Okay, now I'll hold it up and maybe it'll focus. Come on, up close. Back it off. And it does sometimes, and then sometimes it won't. Anyways, the word says serene at the bottom. Okay. Now, to show you the types of problems I was having. Okay, I'm using 20 gauge wire, which is a little bit thicker than the 22. Okay, so I'm going to cut a good long piece, okay? And hopefully this will work because I don't have any rings, you know, jewelry rings, connectors, whatever you want to call them. And what I did was I just took a pencil and I just started wrapping it. Now, to start it off, I had to make sure the wire was on the pencil, okay? Then you just start turning the wire around the pencil and keeping them as close together as you can. You know, the sides. Can you see? I'm keeping them as close together as possible. Try and bring you back in. There we go. Okay. Enough it'll show you. But what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this wire around the pencil to make several loops. Okay? And I'm squishing them as close together as I possibly can without overlapping them. Now, I probably don't need this many, but I figure I'm here, I might as well do it. Because I'll probably be working on Dominoes for the rest of the day. I just wanted to show you guys what my take on the project, I guess. You see that right there? Okay. So you're trying to wrap it as close as possible. Now this is what I've been told, okay? Doing it in practice, or in theory, this works out really well. Doing it in practice is something else, okay? Because I haven't worked with jewelry much. So I'm not, a professional anything. Okay, so I'm at the end, and I'm going to close this piece over. If I can get it. There we go. There, I did. I closed the piece over. So there's only one little piece right here. You can't see it. Right here. Okay, sticking out. I just slid it right on. See the little piece right there? See right there, sticking off? That's where we cut the rings at, okay? Now, where are my other cutters? Okay, now for this, I'm getting my close nippers. I'm not getting the ones that have to go all the way in because I don't want that. Okay, this is the side that's down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a line as straight as I can all the way through each and every one of these. Well, if I can. Alright, there's one ring. Okay, there's two more rings. Probably tried to do too many. Okay, there's another ring. And if I can do them one at a time, that'll work. There's another ring. There's another ring. Now the last one you'll get to is the one that had the last extra piece of wire on it. And unless you're very, very lucky, you may not get a ring out of it. But I think this time I may be lucky. But I don't know. Nope, I'm not. You see how that one came out? How it's not closed? Technically, I could probably make it work. Alright. But it didn't get bent around the pencil, you know, like everything else did. Okay, let's see if I can fix that now. Well, it might work. Ouch. Okay, so see, I made a bunch of rings, and it didn't take very long at all. And I didn't have to wait 6 weeks from, you know, that company overseas that takes forever to mail anything. Okay, I got wise. I'll tell you what. I got out one of my candle warmers. Let me pull it out some. Come on. There we go. Right there. I got it turned on. And I keep my coffee pot or coffee cup sitting on it. And it keeps my coffee cool. Or hot, rather. Not cool. That was stupid. Alright, so what do we want to do on this one? This one, I think I'm going to, because I really like this little pink chain, but I want to leave the link on the end. So I'm going to just cut the chain part off. Oop, there we go. Okay, see, it still left me my ring. And this side has a ring. You can see that. See, it's a little bitty itty one. I don't like the little ones because sometimes they just don't do it for me. Now this one, I'm not going to put, well, let me see. I think I'm just going to put a thing on top. I could be wrong. I might change my mind. I'm authorized. I'm a woman. I can do this. Well, let me find my... Oh. Of course, they're all the way at the bottom. Okay. So, from what I understand, is you take your thing, you roll it till it touches, and then you take this and you bend it backwards. Okay? Kind of like that. That's what I understand. And then you roll it in one good one. There we go. I'll probably have to watch the video again where I saw them how to do this, because I still don't know nothing. Anything. Miss ZReMTo here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. Actually, that's too much. Too much of a fold, so do it a little shorter. I'm going to glue this like this. I'm going to cut that. There we go. Okay, so let's take some E6000. I'm not going to bother with the toothpick. It takes too long. Okay. And we're going to put this right in there. And we're going to let it dry. There we go. Okay. So while that one's drying, right? Also, while I was waiting, I sanded the rest of my the Dominoes that I had out because I wanted to see and try other things with it. For example, I always see people put graphics and stuff on their Dominoes, but I don't see a lot of painting or, let's see, let me find my glue. Okay, so I got my metallics out. These are the ones that are almost empty. And this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put these aside for now. Be still. I'll get a piece of scrap. So that way, we don't want that. So let's try to paint them. They're already sanded, so they've already got that, the grit needed to hold the paint. Okay? So let's try. I'll put a little bit of everything there and see what we see. That one was rose. They're all metallic. This one is Blue Lagoon. This one is amethyst. Okay. Now this one is Christmas green, so I don't know if I'm going to do that one or not yet. So let me get, oh, that paintbrush, something happened to it. Look. It's hard as a rock. So that goes in the trash can. I need a wider one. Come on. Okay, this one should work. It's a Ranger paintbrush. It's a half-inch Ranger. So I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit to prime it. And I'm going to grab one. So what do we want to do? Let's start with pink. Now it looks like it's going to need a couple coats. You see that? But that's okay. Because they're not all going to stay pink and all of that, you know. There's going to be other colors on them. But I'll use pink as my base coat because it's the lightest. Okay, so I put out enough to do 5. Okay. And I'll just spread the rest of the little bit that's left over across the paper. I'll rinse my brush, squeeze out any excess water. And these are still a little wet, so we could blow dry them, you know, with the heat gun. But I'm not going to do that because I want to see what will happen if I mix some other colors in with it. So they're kind of blending, but I have extra paint left, so I'm going to just start with purple. And you see I didn't put very much paint out at all. So while I'm painting these other ones with what's left over, the pink and the purple ones are going to dry. Sometime this month, I hope. Okay. Okay, so then I'll go ahead and paint some of whatever left here down on the paper. Alrighty, so now we're down to the Blue Lagoon. So let's see what happens. Okay? I didn't even rinse my brush. I'm not worried about it. A little bit of blue here and there. A little bit of blue here. Okay, and let's try some blue on the purple. Oh, that kind of came out cool. Okay, and I have one domino left that's already sanded, so we'll go ahead and take this blue and just cover it. Now this is where you can get really creative, you know, by after them drying, you know, you can take a Sharpie marker and doodle your own drawings on the dominoes. You know, you can decoupage different little, you know, ephemeras on it, and probably, yeah, see, I'm not worried about doing the sides too much because the tops are still wet. So I'll take this and add some to the paper and make the paper look like it's meant to be that way. Oh well, whoops, I got a hooky there. Pardon me. Okay, now I'll put that in my water, and we are going to go ahead and grab the heat gun. I hope these don't all blow away. So, pardon me for just a second. It should not take long. Nope, that one's still a little dry. Or wet. I think that was the only one that was still wet, but it had, you know, bubbles of paint, or a little bit of extra paint in the one spot. Okay. So now that we've done scrapbook paper, we've done domino images, we've done our own little ephemera. Okay, this one's still drying, so let's see what we can do with these painted ones. See, that didn't come out too bad. And when I go to do the backs, I'll just turn it around and, you know, add the colors again. So we'll set that up there for now. So what do you think we can do with the ones that we've just painted? Okay, so we'll take this one. Doesn't have any other color on it, just the Blue Lagoon. All right, I'm going to go over here and grab a black Sharpie marker. Let's see, what can I do with this? Well, let's try lining the edges. Wow, that gave it a little bit of definition, didn't it? That looks pretty good. Okay, what else can we do? Do I have another color? Oh, I've got a smaller black. I've got a purple. I've got a dark blue. I don't think the dark blue will work. What kind of saying can we put on it? How about I want to be a okay, that didn't work. A mermaid. So that one didn't work, so let's I want to be a unicorn. Let's write UNICORN MERMAID. Same. I just got to write it smaller. Okay. I want to be a unicorn. Okay. I want to be a unicorn. And this little mess right here, because I didn't write my letters small enough, alright, we can fix that. Let me get my glitter glue. Okay. So let's see. Ooh, you know what? No, I don't want that one. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, come on. Ugh. Okay. Yes, I'm still working on figuring out the layout of my thing. Let's use green. Okay. Now, this is that Studio G glitter. Okay. I don't know where you get it from. I think Emily Welda said Walmart. I've never seen it at my Walmart, so I don't know. I just know this takes forever to dry. I mean, like overnight. But I got a really good deal, like 12 bottles of it for $10. So I jumped on it. So let's make sure it's not clogged up. No, it's not. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just add some green glitter here. Okay. Oops. Might be a little too much. Okay, so we'll tap it down a little, see how that works. Yep, it was a little too much, but that's okay. Alright, now, well, let's just put it on here. There we go. Okay, so I want to be a unicorn. What other color can we put on there? Let's do, no, I don't want to do gray. I want to do that iridescent. Here we go. And we can put some little, make sure this one's not clogged. It is. Okay. Okay, there we go. Put a little bit here, and a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, 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 here. Okay, and we'll even dot the I. So you want to be a unicorn. Okay. Let's find the purple. Okay. And we'll dot some purple in with the green. There. Nah. Let's do some little purple dots. Oops, that one was a bit too big. Like I said, I'm just winging it here, you know, giving other ideas. Okay, so we'll leave this one set because this will probably take overnight. So we'll put it up here. Just leave that one go for now. Alright, we can take another one, right? And I don't have any mermaid stickers. I've got a stamp, but I don't really want to dig it out yet. So let me see. Okay. We've got a painted whatchahickey, right? What is the whatchahickey? Domino. Alright. I'm going to use my pigment ink on this one little, just inchy stamp. What I call it. I'm going to go off the side, in the middle. That's not quite. It's good. Okay. So let's make sure we get the rest of that off. Alright, I'm thinking, since the Cosmic Copper doesn't show up very well, let's try the Starlight Silver. Or, no, let's do Platinum. Platinum will knock it out of the park, I think. Okay. So we'll set this one aside, let it dry that way. We'll get just the blue and the green, or blue and the blue lagoon. Now this is that pigment ink, so this one will take longer to dry. Okay, there we go. And we'll go 1. Hold it. Ooh, that's pretty. 2. Hold it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's do another one, but we'll do some off the sides. Okay? So we'll ink the whole thing up. But we'll do like this one off the side. This one off the side. This one almost all the way on. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So, we like that one, huh? Okay, and another thing, if you wanted, okay, so let's outline this one. Give it some form. Okay. Say, well, this one's kind of too fat, so let me get the skinnier one. That's blue, that's brown, that's black. Okay. So you want to kind of mandala it out. So we'll go circle, or half circle. And then we want to, say, do a curly line. Okay. And in this one, we want to do circles. Almost like an octopus. This one will do lines. Okay. And then over here, we'll do lines going out. Okay. I mean, you see what I mean? There it is. Your options are unlimited. Make a little heart here. Turn it around. Make another little heart here. And then just lines. And dots. wait, let me put a dot over here. Okay. First mandala I ever drew. But it's on a domino. You know? What if you bought a set of dominoes and painted the clean side, you know, and you can customize your own set of dominoes if you play at home? My dad and I used to play all the time. He doesn't play anymore. All he wants to do is sit and watch YouTube. I told him he needs to be watching my channel, but he doesn't listen. So, you know, you're stamping on them, you're writing on them, you're painting on them. You got scrapbook paper, embellishments, rhinestones, danglies, okay? Domino graphics. You've got your your inks, you know, to make it look vintage. You've got your little rhinestones, your halfback pearls, you know, just little things that you can do that that allow you to explore and not just feel like you're stuck in any one particular movement. Like this one's got words on it. You want to put words on it? We'll collage it. Let's collage. Why not? We can Elmer's glue it. Alright? Okay. So let's just do this side. Alright, and we'll put this one right here, and we'll fold it over the sides. Okay, now this is really thin book paper that's been shaving cream printed. So that's why it's so easy. I don't think you'd want to do this with a heavier book paper. Alright, so let's see, do we have any more of that? Okay, no, but we do have another piece of painty paper that's just as thin, so let's put that on there. Ouch! Ooh, upside down. Okay, so we'll put that on there, maybe right through here. And we'll make sure we tuck it down. Find some more thinner paper. I don't have any in there. Let's check my scrap bag. Do I have any more in here? Oh, this will work. I was going to say, I pretty much cleared this one out the other day. But this will work. Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. So we can put him down. And you didn't even have to paint it. It just worked out that way. But see, now you've got one that's decoupaged. And you can do it around the whole thing if you'd like. You put some glue right there so that'll stay down. So, what other things can we think about doing with dominoes? Other than actually playing the game of dominoes. You know? Okay, so this one, I don't know. Yeah, I really want to do this, so back of this is dry. So I'm going to grab my 2 pairs of pliers so I can use the ring. Okay. might have should have put that one on the bottom then, huh? There we go. And it's got a little hangy thing. Now, it's not the most original. I'm just using what I got on my desk. But you can see that the possibilities are wow. You know? And I haven't even done anything really with this one. I haven't put any glossy accents, which I'm going to because I want to make sure that that stays secure on there. It has a really nice shine. So, we'll just do a really thin coat. Let's see where that's at. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you just want a thin coat, and since it self-levels the wiggles that I'm doing in it to make sure it covers everything, it'll be gone when it dries. But I just wanted to make sure this one was covered. And see, what's cool about this one is it's got another ring, right? And you could put a chain on it and hang it from your rear view mirror in your car. And that would be a cool car charm, you know, maybe a good luck charm. But that's it for me, for now. I will try to post a link for the video that I got inspired by last night. If I don't and she crosses this, I really hope she forgives me because I don't remember where I got it from. I could probably just look in my history and that'll tell me, right? But I've tried to give you different ideas on how to work with dominoes, you know, and I hope I've inspired you. I hope I've entertained you. I know I haven't really been my jokey self lately or telling the really good stories, but you get one every now and then. Okay? But I keep thinking how pretty this would be to make a set for Christmas and have one of those small, like, tabletop Christmas trees and decorate one of the small tabletop Christmas trees with domino ornaments. I just think that'd be cool. So, give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw on both videos, actually, part 1 and part 2, since obviously I didn't get a chance to say anything on that one. Subscribe, comment, share, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I did wrong, what I did right, or if you have any more ideas, that would be perfect. So, other than that, always keep humor in life. If you don't, life sucks. Period. Yep. And never, 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 never allow somebody to stop you from arting yourself silly. Give yourself the freedom to art yourself silly. That's what I was supposed to say. It's been a week, let me tell you. Alright? But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Okay? Bye.